Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Are we on? Are we live? Let's go. YouTube, what is good? Vinny Mac here. Thanks for checking out the channel, man. Where are all my lockers at, man? Locka Gang, Locka Gang. Locka Gang, Locka Gang. Let me know where you at in the comment box down below. Put the lock emoji symbol down so I can know where you at. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. This channel is blowing up and I want you guys to join the Locka Gang community. Today we have a new review video. I told you guys, let me know in the comment box down below what YouTuber do you want me to review next. They have to have dreadlocks. They have to be a dreadlock YouTuber. Why do I do these videos? Because me personally, I love looking at other people's journeys. I love looking at other videos. I love to see everybody's ideas and their opinions and they're just their own personal journeys when it comes to dreadlocks, because that's what this is all about. At the end of the day, like I said, we're just fans. You know, you watch my content, I watch other people's content too, and I just want to share that with you guys. So let's get right into it. Today we're reviewing Gunther Da Greats' second channel, Great Locs. Now, he just dropped a video, and the video is what makes Jaden Smith's dreadlocks iconic. I didn't know Jaden Smith's dreadlocks were iconic. You know, I get it, the whole icon song and everything, but you know, I peeped out his dreadlocks before, and I was like, yo, they were definitely cool. They were definitely dope, but apparently Gunther has a different perspective, and we're about to get into that right now. So let's go ahead and see what makes Jaden Smith's dreadlocks iconic. Let's go.
If you want to get instant dreadlocks, or if you just want to maintain the dreadlocks that you have, make sure to pick up the Great Locs crochet hook on greatlocs.com. I'm currently using the crochet hook right now, and over hundreds of thousands of people are actually using this tool to get instant dreadlocks. So make sure to go to greatlocs.com and pick yourself up one right now. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Okay, so my man Gunther got his own product with the instant locks, man. Yo, Gunther's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT. You know, you're good for him.
Welcome back to the Great Locs. I'm Gunther Da Great. Today we're looking at the iconic Jaden Smith's dreadlocks, and it's really cool to see him have dreadlocks just because his hair or his dreadlocks when he had his first set of dreadlocks was the first ever dreadlock review I've ever done on Great Locs. And to be honest, when I
okay, so that's an interesting fact. So Gunther Da Great, he does reviews on other people's dreadlocks. First guy he did was Jaden Smith. That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Sure if it was on Great Locs or if it was on my main channel, Gunther Da Great. But needless to say, it was my first video I ever created talking about someone else's dreadlocks. So it's gonna be really interesting to see that now he's onto a second set of dreadlocks, and we're gonna be able to see how he got these ones. Believe it or not, he's actually doing these pretty similar to how he started his first set of locks. So before we get into the video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and let's get straight into it. So right off the bat,
like he said, hit the thumbs up, okay? Hit the thumbs up for this video too. Okay.
He's going with a freeform style of the locking process. With that being said, he is doing some sort of maintenance because his hair doesn't naturally, well, let's put it this way, his hair can naturally form, but it won't form the way that we're seeing it form this way. So how we see his hair now and how we seen his hair when he originally had his dreadlocks, it's most likely started the same way. And with his first set of locks and even these ones now, he most likely started with some sort of either sponge rub or towel rub. And this is a very popular way in order to get dreadlocks.
So I think it's pretty cool that, you know, he can well, Gunther can just identify people's locks as whether they started out with the sponge or the brush, because I can't, you know, at the end of the day, man, the dreads are dreads, but the only difference I can really see with dreadlocks is if you started like free-forming them or not. But, you know, if you ask me, somebody started with box braids, crochet, hooking, maybe twist, you know, 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't know, but you know, when I do find out, it's always satisfying in the end.
It's very easy to do, the hair locks up quickly, and it gives you a really natural kind of freeform like look with the dreadlocks, which is really nice to be able to do a maintenance method and have your hair turn out different than other people's. Just like we see with Jaden Smith, just like we've seen with even my first set of dreadlocks, because I started out with towel rub and then from there just went with other methods. But starting out with,
yeah, so what I do know about Gunther is he started, you know, like I said, he started out with towel rub, but he did use a lot of different other methods too. And that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty dope. I've only used one method, and that was just 2-strand twist. But to go from like, you know, like the towel rub to like freeform to crochet, it's a lot of methods to go through, and just to have like all that experience, man, it's pretty dope.
the sponge or towel rub method, your hair turns out very unique and very different than other people's. So if you do want to go with the freeform style of dreadlocks, but you don't want to go through the freeform route, and say you kind of just want to maintain your hair a little bit, then I would recommend doing the sponge or towel rub method. It's very easy to do. You either go in a clockwise or a counterclockwise motion, and it really does depend on which way your hair curls. So if your hair curls in the clockwise direction, you want to go in the clockwise direction. But if
that's actually facts, man. Like the sponge method is pretty much the easiest method out there. You just put your hair in a circle. I actually did a video about this with my son. I'm gonna leave that video right here, but yeah, definitely facts.
Curls in a counterclockwise direction, that's the way you want to go. But you want to go that same direction throughout the entire head. Now looking at this next photo, I'm really excited to see what his hair is going to be doing in the near future, just because his hair looks the same as how it did when he first started out.
So I'm not even hip, but I didn't know. I didn't even realize, like, yo, so Jaden, he's actually growing a whole nother set of locks. Like, how did that, like, I thought we was looking at old pictures, but my bad.
His first set of dreadlocks. And I can honestly say that Jaden Smith's dreadlocks were my favorite dreadlocks overall out of every celebrity that I've seen and out of every video that I've done a review on.
Okay, but why? But why is it your favorite? Like, let me know why.
Has my favorite set of dreadlocks. And one thing I really like about them is that they look very natural. They don't look like he's putting too much work in it, and I really feel like that's what you want to go for when it comes to dreadlocks. You want it to look natural. You want it to look very fitting to yourself, and I think that's the thing that we see with Jaden Smith's dreadlocks is they fit him very well. And I think a lot of people might not be pleased with their dreadlocks just because they're putting so much effort and time into them, but sometimes you just gotta let it go and let it do its own thing.
Yo, that's so true. Facts. Yo, chill out with your locks. I've been telling you guys, you just got to chill out and just let your locks be. Like, you know, like, I know you want to be in control, and you're not in control all the time as much, especially with your locks. Yo, just let your locks be, and you'll be surprised in the end of the day how they actually turn out. Yo, you got facts.
And then you're gonna be surprised at how much you would actually like it. But like I said, with Jaden Smith, we see that it's kind of messy, it's very freeform like, and it's not too uniform. But over time, we see that it becomes more and more uniform. And that's just what happens when you go with a semi-freeform or even just a freeform style of dreadlocks. And as time progresses, we begin to see his dreadlocks form more and more. And that's just really to be expected when you go with this method of getting dreadlocks, especially with doing the sponge rub, because it allows—
You know, I just noticed, like, Jaden Smith is wearing a shirt of Jaden Smith. Like, you see that? That's funny. That's funny.
Your hair to get into a position that your hair naturally wants to go in. Now, of course, you're maintaining it using the sponge or the towel, but you're forcing your hair into a position that it's already in motion of going. That's what I'm saying. When you do the sponge or the towel rub and you're going in the direction of your curls, say your curls go counterclockwise and you're doing the sponge rub counterclockwise on your head, you're forcing your hair to go into the position that's already naturally supposed to go in. So with that being said, you're speeding up the freeform process, if you could put it that way, although it's not 100% freeform, but you're speeding up the process of your hair naturally locking up.
All right, so he just went deep into the whole process of curling your hair, and man.
As we see with Jaden Smith's hair, it just looks overall really good, and that's why I really enjoy the freeform look or even just freeform dreadlocks. In this photo right here, you're able to see how much his hair is starting to resemble how it looked in the very beginning of when he got his first set of dreadlocks. And man, you already know these are going to look really good. I like how his tips are starting to get sun bleached, and that just happens over time. And overall, just everything that goes on with Jaden Smith's hair just looks really good. So let's go ahead and break down Jaden Smith's dreadlocks. With this hair type, he has about a 4A, which is very prime for actually getting dreadlocks. And to be honest, he could even have a 3C hair type. And then going into the method.
So I love how he can identify hair textures. I mean, I know it's pretty simple, but I just never been, I guess, as curious to find out different hair types. But he say he has a 3C or 4A. I'm guessing that's more of a curlier pattern. But I don't know. I should probably do a video about that. I should probably learn something.
Sponge or towel rub, and then obviously after they initially lock up, then he just allows it to go, and then probably just, you know, twist it with his fingers. And then probably from here on out, it's going to be kind of that semi-freeform style of getting dreadlocks, you know, just with doing a little bit of maintenance here and there, but not a whole lot. And guys, in this last photo, we're able to see the length, not only the length, but we were able to see a little bit of the maturity of his dreadlocks.
So that's the thing about Jaden Smith's dreadlocks, that they don't even look like dreadlocks. Like these look like curls. Like these are some really good locks. I mean, he just has a real good curl pattern, but you know, like I said, I mean, I still don't understand why they are so iconic though. But everybody's dreadlocks are iconic to themselves. Like my dreadlocks are iconic to me, but the next person may not feel the same way, and that's totally cool. But no, so what it seems like is just Gunther Da Great is just a big fan of Jaden Smith's dreadlocks, and that's totally cool because I'm a fan of a lot of people's dreadlocks, and I'm a fan of other people's dreadlock YouTube channels. So I can understand.
Time we're able to see how much his dreadlocks still have to go. And one thing I really appreciate about Jaden Smith's dreadlocks is that he leaves the tips very loose, which allows them to curl up and show his actual hair type. And not many people do this. A lot of people really want the blunt tips, but in my personal opinion, I think that leaving the loose ends leaves a very good look on the dreadlocks, leaves it very natural, and I feel like it ties everything together, especially with the look that Jaden Smith's going for. You guys, that's today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
And I agree with Gunther 100%. When I started out my locks were not blunted at all. So these are a little bit different from my original set because I just cut half of my hair off. But when I first started my locks were just curl up, okay? They were just loose. And it used to be a problem, but after I looked at myself, I was like, yo, my locks are different. They actually look good like this. I love the little loose curls with my dreadlocks. I never thought about blunting them. And you know, but I know there are some guys that do want to blunt their tips, and that's totally cool. Whatever you want for your dreadlocks is up to you. But there you guys have it, man. We had just checked out Gunther Da Greats' latest video for his channel, Great Locks. Let me know in the comment box who you guys want me to review next. As far as Jaden Smith's dreadlocks, like I said, man, I think his dreadlocks are dope. I don't know they're iconic, but like I said, they are iconic. Everybody's dreadlocks is iconic to themselves. I've always checked out Jaden Smith's dreadlocks, and they definitely look cool. They definitely look dope. So I agree. Like, yes, you know, whatever. It is iconic. Jaden Smith's dreadlocks are iconic. Your dreadlocks are iconic. His dreadlocks are iconic. Her dreadlocks are iconic. Everybody's dreadlocks are iconic. Let me know what you guys think in the comment box down below. This has been Vinny Matthews, and I'm out.